all-terrain lifestyle. This time we're just doing a little trip down to Gawler Beach. Going along the beach there, we're going to end up at the Murray Mouth. We're just going to camp there for a night, have a nice bit of a quick, easy, relaxing trip, and yeah, just have a bit of fun this time. So stay tuned, thanks for coming along, and yeah, have some fun. Everyone, we're just down at Gawler, just next to the Surf Lifesaving Club here. We've aired down, running about 18 psi front and back. So yeah, let's go and hit the beach. Okay, so driving on the beach is generally pretty easy. A few things to remember: don't be silly, air down. For those who don't know, there's a million videos out there. I'll put one up on what actually airing down does. Basically, in a nutshell, it increases your tyre size, so it increases the amount of rubber you've got in contact with the ground, which just generally helps you float over sand and things like that. Now, with driving on the beach, it's not like a highway. You do have to keep a little bit of momentum up, but don't treat it like a highway. Don't just bullet a gate flat out sort of thing. You don't need heaps and heaps of speed, you just need to hold momentum. So yeah, let's just negotiate going past this little wave break that's going on here. Attempt to not Also, always be nice, wave to everyone who's on the beach. Just makes it all fun for everyone. day 2 of our trip down to the Murray Mouth. Last night was pretty rough, it was pretty windy, but hey, it wasn't too bad, it was all good. In the end, it would have been nice to get back in the sand dunes, but get a bit of shelter, but you don't want to do that around here. The sand dunes are very fragile around here, and there are no camping bays back in them, and yeah, just try and stay off of them if you can. Apart from the fact that you get a nice big fine if the council comes and catches you, you don't want to be destroying that habitat for the natural wildlife here. It's not good for anyone, and it means that in the end, the council's not going to let four-wheel drivers come down here, and we're going to lose this beautiful part of the world to go and explore and see. So yeah, do the right thing, and you'll have a really good time. So, driving on beach sand, it's generally not that scary. I get a lot of people ask me, how do you drive on the beach? Is there techniques or anything like that? And yes, there is a little bit. Beach driving is generally pretty easy if you follow a couple of rules and do a couple of things. First rule is drop your tyre pressures. No point in driving on the beach with full highway pressure. It's not a highway. What dropping your pressures does just tends to spread your tyres out a little bit and give you a little bit more of a footprint and help you float up over the sand. So that's pretty good. The next thing you want to do is just remember that, again, it's not a highway. Don't hit it at breakneck speed. You don't need to. All you have to do is just get it at a nice little pace, keep some momentum going. Momentum's the important thing, not necessarily speed. And pick the spots on the beach. If the tide's out a fair way and it's really, really firm, you can generally drive down a little bit closer towards the water. Saying that though, it's a risky thing to do. If you're on your own, or if you haven't got as much recovery gear as you'd like, essentially you probably want to hang up a little bit further up the beach. That way, if you get in strife and you get stuck, you've got time to get yourself out before that tide's going to come and claim your car. If you take a look on Facebook at a lot of the pages out there that purely just feature people getting bogged, there's a lot of wrecked cars on there just purely from people who've been bogged down too close to the water and the tides come in and completely just taken their car from them. So it's generally not fun. If you're at all worried, stick up higher up the beach. It is softer, but you're more likely to keep your car if you get stuck. The other part of beach driving is to not fight the wheel. Usually there's a lot of ruts from other people who've used the beach. If there's not, you happen to get a piece of virgin beach, happy days. That's pretty rare nowadays. But probably the best thing I can suggest is find a rut and the car will just want to naturally sit in it. Don't fight the wheel, don't go turning it left and right or anything like that. You can almost drive hands off, don't recommend it. But the wheel will want to do what it wants to do and just kind of let it. As long as you're not going at stupid speeds, you're not going to have an issue with it. So yeah, don't fight the wheel and you'll be fine. Okie dokie. So starting off and stopping in sand. couple of things you need to know. First thing is, don't use your brakes unless you have to. Really, really simple one. Sand will naturally slow you down. So if you want to stop, if you want to pull up to a gentle stop, just let your foot off the accelerator, you'll slowly roll into a stop, and that'll be it. Okay? What you do if you jam on the brakes is basically you build like a little mountain of sand in front of each of your tires. So when you go to take off, as well as overcoming the traction that the sand's got and the fact that you've let all your air out of your tires and you're trying to move this big heavy vehicle, now you're trying to move the big heavy vehicle up and over 4 little hills before you can get some momentum going. So that's probably the biggest one with that. And on that point, when you take off, don't just dump your foot, like don't dump the clutch, drop your foot and expect to just launch. It doesn't happen on sand. If you do that, all you do is spin your wheels and bury yourself down. It's really not cool. So basically what you want to be doing is doing everything super, super smooth and super, super slowly. So essentially what you're looking to do is just ease into it. What that does is it basically starts you moving. You have less chance that you're actually going to spin all your wheels and bog yourself down, and it just generally works a lot better. So that was our little trip to Gorwa Beach. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a great night, a little bit windy, but all good. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, head up to the mouth. It's just a stunning little place. All you need is just a 4-wheel drive. Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be lifted or anything like that. Little bit of knowledge, little bit of take your time on the sand, and yeah, you'll get up there, you'll have fun, take the kids, loads of stuff to do, heaps of fishing, build sand castles, all of that sort of jazz, explore a little bit. Yeah, head up there, have some fun, camp for a couple of nights, and you'll love it. As always, if you like the video, like and subscribe. It helps us out, helps us grow our fan base, and with more fans we can get more feedback from you guys, so that's always a good thing. And yeah, just remember, get out there and explore.